Hey guys, Charlie here. Welcome back to Prison Architect. So, we've got a bit of a money problem, just like we did in the last series. Go figure. I've only got $7. Well, okay, I got $23. I'm making 201 a day, and I've actually canceled the intake that I was going to schedule, and I've let it run for a day. And that's because, well, I think here's the problem, right? There's two problems. One, I think I was a bit quick on the paths. I think this is a bit mismanagement of resources here. I do want it eventually, but I don't think that was the right time to do it. The second reason that I didn't want the intake right now is because we have the grant, Inmate Nutrition Research, and I'd rather just get this out of the way without having to worry about, oh, the prerequisite is prisoners at least 20. See, I do actually have to intake prisoners then. So, total prisoner count, get us to 21, 22, fine, 25. So in order to do that, I actually have to have 20 minimum on the prisoners. But I also have to have my regime changed in order to do that because it says, where in the world did it go? There it is. It says a single low-quality, low-variety meal for 2 days and then 3 high-variety, high-quality meals for 2 days. So what I want to do is I want to spend the next 2 days with as few prisoners as possible, and I'm just going to do 25 just in case some people die or get released or whatever during the course of this. And I'm going to want to have as few people as possible because the regime now only has 1 meal period. And they're going to have low quality, low variety food during that period. So it's costing me $36 a day to do that, which, you know, it's kind of fine. But I don't want to have a whole lot of prisoners when I do that. The next thing is, because I don't have a whole lot of money, and now I'm really in the tank, and that's probably because I just had to pay a bunch of people, so now I'm really in the tank, is because, like, there are some of these grants that I can solve, but I just need a tiny bit of cash to do so. So, like, for example, this one, it says, you know, assign 3 prisoners to work in the cleaning cupboard. The cleaning cupboard I built, coincidentally, conveniently, whatever you want to call it, it only holds 2. So, like, I need to extend this, like, 1 or 2 more tiles out this way, and then it will hold 3. But I can't do 3 until I extend that, and I can't extend that until I have the money. So, I think what I'll do is I'm going to make these cells a cell. But I want to do this, like, as late as possible, because as soon as I give them their own cell, that's when they'll start to dig. And I have no fence this way. So all they have to do, basically, is dig about that far, and they're out of here. So that's why I'm holding off on this, because it's like I'm at this period right now where my early game mismanagement of resources is going to bite me right now. So I have to cope with this and correct it. So that's kind of what I'm working on doing right now. So let me let this run for a little bit. We're going to get this intake, and then hopefully I'll have enough money at that point to kind of satisfy a few of these needs. One of the things I am going to do, though, is I'm going to come down to programs. Pharmacological treatment of drug addiction. This is $200 per session. I know they're making some decent leeway on this. I want to see if they have any chance at all at passing. So, are you the one doing it, or? Yeah, so chance of success, really, really small. So, that's not going to be a good usage, right? Let's slow this down. Then we've got this person here. And is it you, or is it the other one beneath you? It's the one beneath you. Can I get the one beneath you? You. Yeah, your chance of success is pretty low too. Plus, you're almost out of here as well. So you know what? This is probably not the best utilization of this resource right now, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the program. That's going to give me more money per day, which is what I need. So, like, I just need to basically let this run a little bit. I'm going to need this to satisfy that grant, and kitchen safety is a pretty good thing, so it might be worth the $100 to get this one interested person training in the kitchen. It might be worth it because of this grant and me needing 3 prisoners to work in the kitchen. So, like, some of these grants, you can't really do them unless you have a good number of prisoners because there's only 1 interested in the whole prison, and I need 3 to work in there. So, we have workshop safety, which is be a huge thing for us, and that's like my next major project is the workshop. We're gonna put that up here. So it's kind of like the opposite of Prison Town. Prison Town kind of started up here, and we had workshops down here. I'm switching it up to where all of our workshop stuff happens earlier, so the trucks can just do it and get out of the way. And that's kind of what I want. Instead of having them come all the way down here and then just backing up all the way up here because like they're not doing it fast enough here, I can get them done up here and then just go. And I like that better because I don't think these prisoners... actually, you know, like thinking about it right now, I'm not even entirely sure it makes a difference when they come in. But regardless, we're going to do the workshop up here now, I think. And that way when the trucks do come by this way, there's really no reason for them to stop anywhere. Unless they want to make like deliveries and stuff, which we're gonna put deliveries and stuff up here anyway. And eventually our reception is gonna be kind of over here in the middle somewhere, I think. Eventually. We'll see. Let this run for a little bit on 3 times speed. We'll get the intake, and if anything major happens for the intake, like a baby or another gang member or something, I'll let you know. Okay, we got intake. And what I want to do with intake, now that we have it, is I'm gonna come down here first, and I'm gonna move the weapon rack 1 space over, maybe 2 spaces over, and then extend the cleaning cupboard out 2 spaces. That should give me enough to where I can staff an extra person in there, hopefully. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to want to demolish this wall and put a new wall in over here in this place. So we'll just kind of say 1, 2. I think that'll probably be fine. We'll get that started, and everything should be nice with that. So let's let that run. Workmen will get on that. In the meantime, we have intake. Let's take a look at what we got. We're only bringing in 5. And we have a baby. Yep, here's our first baby, Ellie Pierce, age 23. She has a baby. Let's take a look at Miss Pierce. Sentenced to 8 years for rioting. That's pretty steep for rioting, but I guess it depends on what she did when she was rioting. So Miss Pierce is going to go in this cell, and we're going to need the cell door to be on there. So let's get that put in place. And then this room is going to end up being a family cell. So that's our first family cell. It'll be enclosed by walls and doors as soon as that door is in place. And then this will stop bugging me because there will be a prisoner assigned there. So that'll be good. Now that we have the extra intake, that does mean the holding cell is a bit extra crowded now, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. I'm hoping it doesn't matter too much anyway. So we have progress being made here. Serve a single low-quality, low-variety meal for 2 days. That's 22% done. We're not going to take any intake unless we have to. So let's go to the intake screen, and I want to make this say always at least 22 total prisoners. If we lose a few, we won't get intake, but if we lose too many to where we drop down below 22, then it will intake to 22, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. Just so we stay over 20 so we can get this grant done. So now that these guys are done, oop, we're getting contraband, sweet. Now that these guys are done with this door, I need to extend this. So let's pick the brick wall to here because that's a huge security risk. And then we want to make sure that the weapon rack goes back where it belongs. I'm kind of feeling like maybe the cupboard can be extended even further, but I think I'm just going to leave it there for now. Let's make sure that's a priority, both guys. And then we want to take this cleaning cupboard, which is somewhere. Here it is. We want to extend that to here. And I'm thinking by extending that, we should now be able to put... Why can I not do this? Ah, there we go. We can now put 3 in there, and that's what we needed. 3 people to be assigned to it, so now we get the check mark crossed off. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know how you're going to get that in there, buddy. You're going to have to go the other way around, I think. Yeah, definitely. Be careful with that weapons rack. Be careful with that. Okay, let's take a look. Who do we got? Any gang members? No gangs? This person's got... Samantha Godwin has some shades on and glasses. Some shades. They're all fairly... I don't want to say dormant, but... They just don't have any major characteristics, which is nice. I don't want any major characteristics in my first few prisoners, so maybe that's part of the game. There's Penelope Bennett, I think our only gang member. Let's take a look at intelligence really quick. Yep, she's our only gang member. She's part of Blue. Scott Gordon's old posse. Starting things in. So here's the person in the family cell, right? Penelope or Miss Pierce is in the family cell. She has a crib for her. She's got a playmat in here, and that's pretty much it. I could put other things in here, like you know, a bookshelf over here in the corner or something for her, just because all the other cells will have it. But look at this. Look at the baby. It's in the crib. That's a thing we have. They found weapons on her. Wow. Ouch. She's in lockdown for a couple hours because of the weapons. Another thing of this grant we have to do is I need at least 2 TVs and I need a common room. So I think what I want the common room to be is this bit right here. If you're wondering what this is, I wanted it to be a common room. So I'm going to take foundations. We're going to lay a brick foundation here. Hopefully I have enough money. Oh, God, it's so expensive. Can I go halfways? Let me go halvesies. Like maybe here, and then we can expand it later. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to kind of have to do that, I think. Let's build this. We can kind of try and go halvesies with it. I wanted the door to be here, but I guess temporarily we're going to put it over here. Ooh. And then I'm going to put like the bare minimum requirements to get a common room set up. And once the grant's fulfilled, we'll extend it out and I'll have a legit common room for them. But yeah, so this is our prison so far. We have, I can actually sell these. I don't have an exports, and maybe I should. If I make an exports right, let's say right here in the corner like this. This means they'll put stuff they want to export over in this side of the room, in this little corner. And then the trucks will now come to pick up exports. So I don't have to like sell these manually now. The workmen can just take care of it little bits at a time, which is kind of nice. Maybe I'll extend this just a little bit more. Go like, maybe like that. Might as well just go all the way to the door, right? So storage over here and then exports over here. So now they're going to take stuff to the trucks and get them out of here, and that's going to count for money for me, which is great. So all those logs will get sold, and we will get money for exports. There we go. All right, armory's still set up. Morgue, infirmary, there's nothing I need to do there. Laundry, I think there's enough work time for them to actually get laundry done now, I'm hoping. The regime has quite a bit of work time, but the primary period for work time is right here. Which, maybe it'd be better to do this. Maybe give them some lockup here. Just to kind of like, I don't know. Because, I don't know. So that's their only eat time for the whole day. So they're not eating anymore now. Got more exports, good. Okay, we have extra money now, which is kind of nice. I think I'm gonna extend this now that we have some extra money. All the way to there. And then I wanna put in the regular door here. And I don't think it's necessary to put a metal detector here because the only way into this common room is through this holding cell, and there's already one here. So I don't think it's really necessary to put one here. So I'm not going to. So this is all done. Let's get a pool table set up in here. Wait, what's the bare minimum for a common room? It's just that it's indoors. That's it? Okay, fine. Rooms, common room, here. Done. It's a common room. It's a space indoors. You're welcome. We have lights. I'm not sure why it's so dark in there, but we have lights. I think it's just because there's no guard in there. Let's change the deployment so there's one in here. So one of you guys can go in here, and one of these can stay in here. Having a guard in the holding cell just prevents them from digging. It's really the only reason I want it in there. I mean, I guess if there is a fight, we can respond to it, but primarily it's to stop them from digging. And then we need to get a television in here. Once I do this, we should, I think, satisfy that grant. We'll have at least 2 televisions in the prison. That'll give us an additional $5,000. In addition to that, I will also now be able to get an additional grant, which will give me an advance, which is nice. 3 prisoners to work in the kitchen. You know, I think it's probably... There we go, we got it. Inmate health and well-being. Yeah, this could be done. All I need now is to hire an extra doctor. So I can do that now. So let's scroll down. Go to staff, doctor. Done. That grant is mine. Next grant. Next grant. How about governmental security ratings? That would require me to have 2 armed guards and 2 dog handlers. That's a bit of an investment. It does give me $15,000. But so does education, and education has a huge bonus for completion. I need to work on that. This is a huge amount of money for education. But I think probably cell block B first. Yeah. I think cell block B first, only because it's more, I think it's quicker to achieve it. Reform through education is harder to achieve because you have to have one prisoner pass general education. That's kind of hard. I'm going to go with cell block B for now. We can work on education without the grant, but it's really hard to complete that one, so which is why it's worth so much. So we'll get cell block B now. So now we got 36,590, which is nice. Let's get some chairs in here. And we'll just kind of go like this with it. So like as many prisoners as want to be in here for this, they can be. We can put a pool table maybe over here. That's pretty good. We can have a radio maybe off in the back corner here, like maybe like this. And I don't know. Should we put some phones in there? I'm kind of feeling like phones might be a good thing to put in here. We don't have the ability to tap the phones yet, and I kind of need to do that. Let's also make sure there is some sprinklers set up in the holding cell in case they want to, like, you know, fires. We're also going to need some sprinklers to be kind of over by the stoves. So I'm thinking like one here, and then probably one is going to be here as well because I'll have stoves running up this area. And then maybe I'll put another one like here and like this. So this kitchen will be really nice for sprinklers. We'll put at least one in the staff room as well, probably. Not sure why a fire would break out in this room. Mostly fires just break out in the kitchen, so we need that. We could also put sprinklers up around the hallways like this, because they might actually burn the place down. Who knows? So we could do something like that. Infirmary could probably use one just in case. Armory could use one, probably not. Storage, I don't know why a fire would break out in storage. I suppose it's possible if this thing goes aflame and blows up, then it might spread a fire this way, so maybe we'll put one like there. It's probably a good idea. And we're going to be adding some stuff, so I think another capacitor's in order now. Okay, lots of stuff we're doing. I'm sorry about going all over the place. It's like it's one of those deals where it's like I'm seeing all these things I should be doing and I need to do, and I don't know. I just want to do them right away, and like I'm just thinking out loud, and I'm thinking all over the place. So yeah, okay, you get it. I'm gonna put a staff door here just so staff can access this for some reason. If they want to access it, they still can. And then I think we need to get started on some of these other cells. So quick build, clone. Not this. Let's grab from here. Yep, like this. And we'll just go like this. And get those cells in place. That'll be good. Nice steady pace, nice steady growth. I definitely went too quick with the paths and stuff. I shouldn't have beautified the place before I had everything that I needed, so that was my bad. It happens. It won't happen again, but it happened this time. Let's go like this, go like this. We need sprinklers. Let's run it this way and this way. That's really inefficient. Let's run it this way instead. And that way we can just kind of do this. It's probably better to do that way. What else? This has a sprinkler. Yeah, we need sprinklers through here. So we can kind of go this way with it and then this way with it. We'll have sprinklers running down this way as well, which it doesn't need to really be hooked up yet, but we'll get it hooked up eventually. I'm not really sure. This one's important. I'm not sure this is important. I might just hook it up just to stop the... I think I'll hook it up just for the sake of... Yeah, let's just do this. We'll leave this pipe in like this. We'll take the large pipe, drag it down to here, because it's going to be down here eventually. And we'll just hook this up too. There. Probably shouldn't have prioritized it, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Did we get these hooked up too? I did, right? Yeah, I did. It's getting put in. All right, so we're half done with our meal service, right? 41%, I guess, is not really half, but let's take a look at programs. And kitchen safety, let's get that started. I want to get people trained in the kitchen because that's part of the grant, so let's do that. We'll do that from 5 to 7. That sounds fine. Workshop. Man, should I start the workshop? I feel like I should. I feel like starting the workshop is a really good idea, but where do I want to put it? I definitely want it up here. I need to move it closer to the center of the prison. That way more people, when we get more cells and stuff built out this way, they can at least all reach it. I'm kind of thinking the workshop is going to be maybe right here. Let's go to planning really quick. If I take a wall, I forget how big it's supposed to be. I want to say 20 by 11 is big enough. But I forget what the dimensions are for like the perfect optimal workshop. I want to say it was 20 by 11. I would have... The workshop's super expensive to set up, too, but it can make you a lot of money. I think the equipment's 3 spaces wide, right? Where is it? Workshop press, workshop saw. This is 3 spaces wide, yep. And then workshop press, 3 spaces. And the workshop... The carpenter table is actually 3 by 2. Yeah. Okay. So we don't need carpenter's tables just yet anyway, though. We're going to go kind of bare bones on this. In Prison Town, I kind of set the whole thing up and then put it to work. This time, I'm going to expand a bit slower, and we'll end up going a bit... We'll end up doing things a little bit smarter, I think, and expanding in waves as opposed to expanding a whole bunch at once. So how about we... I'm not sure this is the right size building, but I can expand it. We were doing it in waves, like I said, so we can expand it later if I want to. Let's put this in here. It's $5,100. Put that in there. It's going to do auto lights. That's cool. And then we'll have a workshop. So let's imagine the door is here. So if the door is right here, we'll want the tables on this place. Let's say the door is there, which it will be because this is where the fence is. Yeah, the fence is going to... I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Maybe the common room will extend all the way to here. Or I can put like a bench here. You know, I could do that. I could put a bench here. Yeah, and maybe like a phone. I could put like phones along this area. There's something I can do with this area, I'm sure of it. But if I'm going to make this path... Let's say I have the path narrow down to where this fence is going to go all the way to the building. I would probably want a 2 wide walkway, so we could have it be something like this. Yeah, they could just walk through here. We'll have like a door maybe here that the staff can go through or something just to get through the next section really easily. Maybe we'll divide it up and we'll have different security levels. I don't know. I haven't planned this far. From this point on, all of this is just winging it. I only planned sort of this layout. This layout was something that I kind of worked on a little bit to put some thought into as far as like logistics of how people move around. But other than that, I haven't put any thought into how I want like the workshop and stuff. So, but I think if the workshop's here, we'll probably have exports be right here. And then we can do, we'll probably want to do like the chapel and stuff too. I have not installed the mod yet. I had a couple people ask me about mods and stuff. I have not installed the mods for the bookshelves yet, but I plan on doing so. And when I do, the bookshelves will provide a literacy need as well as a spiritual need because they'll have religious texts. So they'll be able to read books, which satisfies the literacy need, as well as the religious need. They'll have that in the cells, which is kind of nice. It reduces the need for a library to be like happening pretty quickly. So how about why is this not hooked up yet? Can you guys not get here? Or did you just like... No, you can totally get there. But you guys probably should get over there. I think you probably should. Let's extend this down to here. And then we'll bring this over like that. We can also bring it over like this and then up to there and then over like this and down to... we don't want to do that actually. We want to do it down here like this. That way it goes into the actual cells. There. Looks a little weird, but it'll work. And then this needs to go all the way down to these cells like this. So these pipes are getting run, and then we'll just connect this here. That way it has a direct line to this, and that should be long enough to get the water to every cell. It should be. without needing to have any additional piping. For the hot water, it's a bit more tricky because I only have one boiler and it's way over here, so probably need another water boiler, and I'll probably put it maybe right here. The big pipe is here, though. Maybe I'll stick... You know what? I'm going to do it right now. We're going to stick the other water boiler right here on the edge of the yard, like this. And then what I can do is I can just kind of hook this big pipe like that, and that will hook this water boiler up to the big pipe. Then I can run this from there, which the showers will be on this side, so that works really well. We'll run it to there. And then I should be able to just go like this. The showers be... Yeah, I should be able to just do this. Like that. These hot water probably needs to go up from this too. Probably. Maybe I run it across from here. You know what? We'll look at it when it's built. We'll look at it when it's built. It's fine. This needs an entrance, so let's give it a door for now. Just a regular old door for now, right here. And let's flip it around and give it... Do I want a double entrance? It kind of looks cool having a double door like this, but it also means that I'll need 2 metal detectors, and I'd like to cut the costs a bit there. So let's just have one door. Okay, so we've got some extra people here who have a drug need, but I don't think they're having drugs. If I do a shakedown right now, it's midnight. See if we can find any of their drugs. They're probably getting it brought in from visitation because I'm not really monitoring the visitation, and I should be. That's probably where it's coming from. I think I'd also like to get mail started as well, just to see if mail works. Although I'm not really sure where the mailroom should go, but I kind of feel like it will go maybe over here. So it's somewhat in the middle of everything. I don't know. Eventually, this whole thing, by the way, is going to end up being a pretty big facility with cells all the way out this way. We're not doing a whole lot of separate buildings this time. It's not like Prison Town. There will still be outdoor space, and we'll still have like a court. I still want to have like a courtyard or something, kind of like right here in the middle, like a really nice courtyard right here in the middle, which I'll label it as a yard. That way they get out there and they'll actually use the courtyard, which will be kind of nice. Or maybe I won't make it a yard. Maybe it'll just be a nice open space that every prisoner can go in, and we'll put like benches and like nice stuff out there, and then prisoners can just go in the courtyard during their free time. That might be something I do. We'll see. Not sure how it'll play out yet. Let's get the electrical cables hooked up to there. You have the capacity for it? Yeah, we should. We should have the capacity to handle that. Looks like we also need one there. And that looks good to me so far. Yeah. We will need the electric to come into the room over here as well. So let's... I'm kind of thinking, though, we might want this to be on its own power source. For now, though, because we want it operational, I'm going to go like this with it. And then I think probably up to here and then over this way. And then I'll probably start the equipment this way, like this. Not sure where the rest of the equipment will be, but that will be there. We'll also get a power switch right here. And that will allow us to cut the power to the workshop during periods of time when it's not in use, if we want to. So if we need to, for example, if we're like way overdrawn on our power already and we're like, oh shoot, the whole prison's down, I can kill the power to the workshop and turn this back on really quickly and then manage the power solution. Like I can actually like cut a huge portion of our usage by just kind of taking the power out of certain rooms, which is kind of nice. Let's grab brick wall. You know what? I think I'm just gonna clone these. So let's grab this with the walls, and we want to go like this, and then like this, and then like this, like this, like this. Okay, we'll go one more like that, and then we'll go the same thing. We'll clone this cell with the walls. Yep, and then we'll go like this, 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 and this. And we'll leave this open here for now. So lots of cells going in. We're getting ready to expand. And I think it might be okay. Do we have surveillance yet? We do. So I can start putting in cameras, which means we need security. Security, I think, is going to go down here. This is like our staff-only area where everything kind of goes down, right? Down in this area. So I'm thinking we'll do security room over here. How do we want to build this out? If we do a big structure, we could do several different things in the big structure, which is kind of nice. They're also pretty close to the staff room if I do it here as well. Maybe we can have them share a wall. Cut down on resources a little bit. If they share this wall, then we could probably make it go in something like this. Now, the equipment we're going to be using for the security room is CCTV monitors, which are 3 by 1. I can put up the CCTV cameras, actually. We can install the cameras. So how about we get that going? We'll look at it from, I guess, this direction, maybe. This is probably fine. It's probably better to look at it from coming in, so we can do it from here. And then we can also have some cameras watching the cells here, 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 and maybe like over this way. At the back wall. There might be some gaps in our coverage, but we'll see. Okay, slow this down. We got some danger happening here, and it looks like 21 prisoners have serious complaints. Staff morale is high, which is helping the danger level. Staff morale is high. It's 100%. Yep. One staff have serious complaints. Well, you know, like, which one has serious complaints? You know, how do I know which one it is? I don't know. Who is oh, it's because of the food. Yeah, the food. The food needs a bad deal. Now they're gonna fight for a bit. Let's hire a couple more guards, actually. I think it's a good idea. I'm gonna hire 3 more guards just because we have quite a few that are on break and they're a little bit light staffed right now. So let's get them settled down. We'll hire a few more guards. Oh, it's another thing. I did it wrong here, but for the future, when I hire new staff, I always want to hire them in the originating place where they should be. So basically, I'll hire them in the staff room. I think that's fair, as opposed to hiring a bunch of guards and having them immediately in the action to help out. I don't think that's fair. So I'm going to try and play this a little bit differently, and I'm going to try to, like, it's going to make it harder on myself, but I want to hire most of my staff in the staff room. So I will basically place them in the staff room, and then they can go where they're supposed to go from there. I think that's probably fair. I didn't do it there because I forgot about wanting to do that, but I'm going to do it for the future. Okay, so we're going to have a workshop press, and the press is going to take, I think the saw might be a nice thing to have too. How do I want to lay this out? They're all 3x3, so eventually we'll do it like this. 3x3, 3x3, 3x3. And then we'll have tables. I think probably tables can all... This power cable is running this way, so it's going to go this far. So tables will be run along here. Tables are 4x4, so 4, and then 4. So we can actually have a space here. Maybe the door to exports will be here. And we can have it all gated off, and we'll have exports over here. That might be a thing. Let's make an exports building right here. Nope, that's not it. We can make an exports building right here. Like that. We can also have a fence running this way. That'll sort of like create a direct line to exports like that. That might be kind of nice. And then what else? I guess we'll just run this out. So the tables will also go like this. I think that's probably good. Have a group of tables like that. We can also put some tables here. So have like a 4x4 table there. And maybe a 4x4 table there. But then the rest of the stuff is just going to be like the actual equipment. Oh, that's not it. Wrong thing here. So these will be the equipment. And then we'll do carpenter's tables. Those are 3x2. So we can do carpenter's tables kind of like this. eventually. That's probably good for the workshop. I think that'll be fine. So if that's our layout, I should start with... Do I want saw or press first? I think the saw. Do a saw here. And one press here. And then we want a table here and here. I think that's all that's required for an actual workshop to exist. So let me grab workshop. Here we go. Let me zone this and see if this is the right size. So once they get that in, we should see if it's the right size or not. I need to have the fence go all the way to the wall. All right. Oh, and then obviously, like, it shouldn't even be something I forget, but I almost did. Metal detector right there. Abso-freaking-lutely. We'll eventually also have dog patrols right here. We'll always have a dog right here. So if anyone sneaks out, they'll be sniffed up. And this is a really narrow path. Like, they can't go anywhere to get around our dog. So, like, it's just going to be this narrow path that's cut off. So we'll have stuff over here, but you won't be able to get to the workshop from here. You'll have stuff over here, but you won't be able to get to the workshop. You'll have to come through here. So if the prisoners want to go to this workshop, they have to come down through here and then walk through this long path. And that's exactly how they have to leave as well. So we'll always have one entrance to the workshop, and that was how we'll manage it. If I do decide to do this a little bit differently, we'll have the next door be over here. And then we'll have the same kind of system happening with a narrow gate, a narrow fence that will lead them to the workshop. But yeah, anyway, logistics. Max job's 13. Crap, this is way too small. Well, we'll organize it a little differently. I think maybe if I go up a little bit more like this, we might be able to have more, but 13's too small. The maximum I wanted was 20, I think, is the maximum. It's kind of what I wanted. All right, anyway, we'll have a workshop anyway, so let's get logistics. And we want to get... Well, we have no one that we can work, so we're going to need to train them to work in here, but it's okay. So nobody can actually get in there now because we locked this up, so I'm going to have to demolish this gate, demolish this fence. Let's get that to be the priority for workmen right now. We also have some people that fought and stuff, so let's get some more solitary as well. 2, 3, and then solitary door 1, 2, 3. Now we're almost out of money again, but it's okay. We want to get that done too in case there's anyone waiting for solitary, which it looks like, yes there is, right here. So she's waiting for solitary. The rest of them are down in here. It's pretty good. We've got cameras getting set up. This one should cover these cells. This one should cover these cells this way. We got this camera to cover these guys, and this camera covers these guys. So, like, all the cells should be visible. I didn't put this in the right spot. This needs to go back to the wall. So we'll dismantle that and put that in the right spot. I'm going to just install a new one. We'll have one in storage. That's fine. I just want it done quick. It doesn't even need to be done quickly, does it? It doesn't need to be done quickly. It'll be fine. Because we don't even have the way to monitor it yet, so whatever. So it's this way. There we go. Okay. No pausing, man. This is kind of nice, isn't it? The prison is always moving. Everything is just kind of flowing. There's always something happening. We're going to add another capacitor here because of our workshop equipment. This meal thing, man. 85% done. So at the end of today, the meal thing is sorted, and then they won't have this huge food need. Like right now, a lot of them have a really big food need because they haven't eaten in a while, and that's making them really irritable. But this is why it's easier to manage this grant when you have less prisoners. You have to have at least 20, and I have 24 right now. Parent capacity is 1. Ooh. Yep, right here. Yeah. Parent capacity. We probably should get another one of these cells started too, because we're probably going to get more. It's reasonable to assume we will get more. So let's put in another couple of cells for family here. I think so. Take the clone build tool and let's clone this layout right here. And we'll just leave these like as walled right now. But we're not going to worry about the actual stuff that goes in there. We'll just leave it as walls right now. This needs to come up to here. I don't really know if it makes a difference, but I don't think it does. Hot water probably won't make a difference from this distance anyway, but we'll go up like this. That's fine. Yeah, that'll work fine. So we'll have another cell ready for families if we want to as well. There we go. All right, so we don't have a whole lot of money left. We're making pretty decent cash flow, so I think maybe what I'll do, we need to get 3 people working in the kitchen. Once we do that, we'll get 10 grand. Then once this is done, we can start working on the high variety, 3 high variety, high quantity meals. That one's going to be great because then they'll be very happy. So we don't have to worry about them kicking off for not having food at that point. So they'll be pretty happy at that. Maybe we'll get, probably going to want to get this started because we're going to need another, oh, maybe not. Yeah, I don't really need the lawyer right now, like right away. So it's just not vital that this is the lawyer's office. It's not really that vital, but whatever. We'll just get it set up anyway. With the filing cabinet, we'll put that like over here. Desk, put that back like this. Office chair will go here. And you know what? Let's give our guys some windows, huh? They deserve windows, don't they? We'll give a large window in the warden's office so she can see outside. Like this, huh? We'll just do big windows like right behind the chairs. I think that sounds like a good idea. And it looks nice too. So we'll do that. What are you guys doing? I don't think they're well. I don't think they're doing well. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here. We're starting off. We're getting in good shape here. We have to do the high variety meals now. So before it turns to the next day, let's get our regime set, and then I'm gonna end the episode here. So how about we start the day with eat time here, with a free time there. You can only need to do an hour. We don't need to do a whole lot here. So let's just keep this up like this. Then we can do, let's say, yard time here for 2 hours. We'll do another eat period, let's say there. We can make this be like a lockup kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe it'll be like this, I don't know. Eat time there, and then we'll put another eat time, maybe like there. I think it's probably good. And then on policy, we want to switch this to high and high. And that should get that started. Regime, we have 3 times. We're going to eat 3 times. They're only 3 hours. They're only 1 hour gaps, but they're still, I think, a pretty decent amount there. So we probably should do a work lockup for the end of night. Yeah, I think a work lockup for the end of the night is probably a good idea. We'll do a work free time there, but then the lockup happens for the last hour of the day. We'll do a workup. So there's a lot of work time. This shouldn't be a problem. There's a lot of work time. And now this is starting to tick, 2%. So cool. Okay, this episode is a little bit longer, just a little bit, but I think it was worth it. And we're starting with the workshop right now. We only have a couple of pieces of equipment, but we don't have any money for anything else. We also need to get that hooked up to power. So there you go. And we're going to get exports started here when we do. We're going to get security started down here. So, like, again, staff are kind of, like, not really near the rest of the population. It's probably a good idea, because of staff influence, maybe it's a better idea to have security be in the middle over here. I might rethink that, but that's going to be another episode for another time. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Make sure to give a like on the video if you like it. Comment down below anything you want to say. It's cool. And I'll see you next time. Bye.